Horror Lies.
Hey guys, Rob from Georgia here with you. I'm your Wednesday night host here at BodyBags. It is week 363. It is Labor Week. It is IFC week. It is Joe Begos week. It's Almost Human type of week. From 2013, also known as From Another World, which I really dig that title. But I guess we wouldn't want to get confused with the thing from another world. So Almost Human is going to have to do, which is a great title, man. It's a great title. And the poster art on this, man, this is the IFC DVD release of this. The artwork, man, this is some of the best artwork, right, that I have ever seen, I think, on a DVD or physical media release. I would absolutely love to have this poster up on my wall. Yeah, Almost Human. So I'm really starting to become a Joe Begos fan. Of course, you probably know VFW, you probably know Bliss, but then there's that other movie that no one talks about, The Mind's Eye, which is sort of belongs in that Scanners family of films, which is really good. Revisited that last night. And then there's this great nod to the 80s sci-fi horror slasher. Man, this guy knows how to take elements of genres and, man, just blend them in a way that, man, this movie is out freaking standing. It is one of the best movies of its, I guess it's an alien abduction slasher to a fact. And it's one of the best of its kind, man. I really dig this film. Small group of characters. We got Graham Skipper, who plays Seth. Josh Ethier, who plays Mark, and Vanessa Leigh is Jen. Susan T. Travers is Becky. Jen and Seth probably carry a lot of this film. Mark carries a lot of this film. The characters. But really what you have here is an alien abduction piece, man. Early on, Seth is, he's already seen one of his buddies get just zapped up into space by a UFO. He's trying to race to get to Mark's house, one of his best friends. And of course, he's in absolute 100% panic mode. And when Mark lets him in, man, it's all chaos, man. And, the UFO eventually will show up, and eventually Mark will also get zapped up right before them. He will disappear for about a year, I think. And then seemingly out of nowhere, he'll just get being trapped in the middle of the woods naked, man. A couple hunters find him, and man, there's an alien inside of him, man, that just takes effect, man. And man, it is full board slasher after that, man. And it's got some of the best sequences, man, in a horror movie, man. There are scenes that I just absolutely look forward to in this film. But again, the IFC loaded. We are talking IFC, and IFC did a really good job, man. Multiple commentaries on this involving the filmmakers and cast. We've got a short film called Toxin, which is really great. Watched that the other night. That, of course, Joe Begos' short piece. Behind the scenes is a great, man. I gotta say this, man. When you listen to the filmmakers, you listen to Joe, man, on his commentary track, or even the making of, or behind the scenes, one of the things that you get, man, in overabundance of is practical, down-to-earth, old-fashioned movie making, man. Whether you're talking about special effects, practical effects, hands-on effects, we are talking about just the whole process of how this movie came to be, how they, from conception to, put it in, getting it shot, man. Bringing a crew from LA and shooting in Rhode Island, I think, but to give it a Maine feel. In fact, I think it is supposed to theoretically take place in Derry, Maine, which is a shout out to Stephen King, which is really cool. So you get just a lot of down-to-earth practical stuff, man. When you watch this, man, I don't know, when's the last time, I don't know when I dug into the extras and I just got the kind of vibe that I got with these guys, man. I really want Joe Begos to be around for a very long time. Man, I can't even imagine what's yet to come from him in the years that lie ahead of us once we get this COVID out of the way and everything else. VFW was great. Bliss, I have not seen Bliss yet. But As I said, I did revisit The Mind's Eye last night, and that was, man, just the score, nod to Carpenter. It's just, of course, a nod to Cronenberg's and Scanners. You know, it's just good stuff. But this movie, man, this movie delivers, man. He also, in filming it, even though he shoots it digitally, he strove for a 16mm feel, which he's successful, man. There's sequences in this movie that really do come off as 16mm shot. And it's, man, it's just, the dude just knows how to make movies, man. It's just awesome. And a shout out to Joe Ethier as well, who plays Mark. He edits this film, but man, he has got a slew of films, man, including, this shocked me, I didn't realize he edited Leatherface from 2017, but he also edited Gretel and Hansel from 20, as well as VFW and Bliss. We Are Still Here from 15. He edited that thing, Digging Up the Marl. So man, this guy is a consummate filmmaker, man, in his own right, in terms of the editing process and acting and other things that he does. The composer, Andy Garfield, of course, he had his hands on Hatchet in '06 and Frozen. There's an Adam Green connection, too, to elements of Joe Begos and his crew and what they bring to the table. There are connections to Adam Green as well, and I think it might be Josh Ethier. That might be the connection, which is really cool. So fully loaded. The vintage TV spot is outstanding, man. It's like something you would have seen from back in the day. Just a great, great, great job overall. IFC, man, I don't have hardly any IFCs, and I'm not a completist in the sense that I need all arrows, I need all Scream Factories, on and on and on. But if I were, man, it'd be a struggle to decide where I'd anchor myself. IFC, I don't know. I mean, I just love the idea that you get this on DVD, and I believe it was pretty cheap when I picked this up at Walmart. And you just get all the stuff that you get, and you learn so much about Joe as a filmmaker, and just the idea of filmmaking and I just think IFC did a fantastic job. This may be why Jeremy from the 22 Shots, I'm pretty sure he has the entire IFC Midnight collection on his shelf, and I would imagine this is partly why. Maybe they do a really good job. So Almost Human, great freaking film, man. I sort of just kind of set up the narrative. Once he wakes up in the woods, and I said, man, it's game on the hunters, and he starts making his way back to town and looking for his other half, because he's got alternative plans. And we've seen this before in Extra and whatnot. But man, like I said, the slasher element is so awesome, man. And for the money, the budget that they were working with, man, it's and I gotta say too, Joe Begos also, he was a cinematographer on this. He shot this thing. But man, when it goes slasher, it's game on, man. It's got some of the best sequences I've seen in a long time. It's hard not to talk up this film to great degree. I just dig it, man. It's just, man, I never give ratings, man, but if I did, this would be way up there, man. This would be really, really high. And I think, I'm pretty sure, me and James Cox, we did an episode of Schizophrenic Synopsis where he did Extra and I did this, pretty sure. But trying to think what else to say about this, man. It's just, I think the greatest thing I could say, it is a fun movie. It's got a great ending, man. The actors really, really deliver, even though some of them, they weren't making the most money in the world. And so it just seemed like this was one of those rare moments where a lot of people came together, and for no other reason than the love of filmmaking, man, they created something really, really special in this film. And so I just say this: if you don't own this, but you love filmmaking and you love just getting down on the ground, practical in a sense of filmmaking, and you just want to learn more about Joe Begos, the extras on this IFC release, man, go a long way, man. They go a long way. And if I didn't say it at the beginning, also check out, the Severn Vault, where Joe Begos goes in, man, and see a few of the movies that he picks off the shelf, man. You kind of learn a little bit more about him and his love of cinema from that. Probably don't want to see anything else about the film in general. It's got a great ending, man. It was put together marvelously. It was just really done well as a throwback. It's kind of weird that this is 2013 because it doesn't feel like it, man. It feels like you could have rented this off the shelf, the video shelf back in the day, man. It's great. In fact, I'd love to have a VHS copy of this. That would be outstanding. So IFC week, man. It's a label week. Just keep checking out the videos as they drop throughout the week. And I know towards the end of the month we got Jean Rollin, French week, and just some of the titles I've already seen, man. It's going to be an outstanding week. But we do appreciate each and every one of you who takes the time and just for a moment and watches our videos and comments and subs and likes and all that stuff. We do appreciate it, man. Without you, there really wouldn't be no reason to do this, right? So, anyways, all my thoughts go out to each and every one. Haven't said that in a while. It is still a pandemic. It's still a lot of crazy stuff out there. Even, you know, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in my own house of late, which has really kind of drugged me down a little bit, but not COVID, but thankfully. But anyways, so, man, cheers, and just to you, man. Just keep plugging along, and we appreciate it, as I always say, we so appreciate. So check it out. Buy it if you have not, and just really check out Joe Begos as a filmmaker, man. I'm just becoming a really big fan. As always, man, we end these things off with Go Bills.
This is not a dream.